Good afternoon, Genie fans, and welcome back to World of Workato here in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. My name's Savannah Peterson. Very excited to be bringing you the second half of our day one programming out of our 2 days of live coverage here on theCUBE. Joined with Rob, as usual, and a very exciting CUBE alumni, Mona. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us.
I love hanging out with you guys.
Well, we love having you. Rob's been very excited about this segment all day. The relationship between AWS and Workato is super awesome and very symbiotic.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, as you said, it is very symbiotic. Workato has built all of their agentic platform on AWS. So, just in terms of the integration that they have, that Workato has with AWS, it is fully across our AI stack. That goes from Bedrock to also now Amazon Bedrock Agent Core.
Cool.
And then we also recently actually at New York City Summit, which we were just talking about, the AWS Summit in New York City, there's also, we announced the AI Agent Marketplace, where Workato is also offering their agents on the marketplace as well. So there's just a lot of great integration. And plus, I think the thing that Workato does best is they offer a depth and variety of LLMs, right, of models, so that as a customer, from a customer perspective, that's really important because it not only gives you that flexibility, but also gives you that depth of choice of using a variety of different models to then start to go and build and train your agents and then build out those workflows that you really want. And so just the partnership, I always get very excited about the partnership.
I can tell just sitting next to you.
It's like the energy level because, again, it is completely across our AI stack, and the partnership just keeps getting better and better, especially, with the announcements that came out today. There's going to be some more coming out tomorrow where there's more agents and automation that Workato is building into their platform for a variety of different solutions like sales, marketing, CRM, IT. We built actually an IT, one of their IT agents is built all on AWS, and it's pretty cool. We also have some joint customers using it as well. SentinelOne is a joint customer where—
We just had them on.
You just had them on.
Yeah.
See, it's this what I'm saying. Like, we didn't even plan this.
Yeah.
We didn't even plan that. It's true. And so having that really allows our end customers to, take those workflows and really make AI real for them. And so that's why I love this partnership, because we're making AI real together.
Yeah, and it also seems like they have a large set of partners as well, with over 500 ISVs that are leveraging this. And like you said, I saw the fact that there was a drop down for Claude.
That's right.
Using Anthropic. That must be used through Bedrock.
That's right.
Assume?
That's all. Yeah. So all of their models are leveraging Bedrock. So all the availability that is through Bedrock comes with Workato.
So they're able to, again, be able to have that help their customers.
That's right.
As they look at, hey, the security, the privacy, all the guardrails that goes into this. That must be a lot of the things they can leverage, like their customers are leveraging their Genies.
That's exactly right. It's, and it's a very important point, especially, when you mention the security and the compliance and the guardrails. I think Workato is very unique in that when they think about building agents and they think about the whole workflow, they literally think about the entire workflow and blending in the security, blending in compliance, making sure it's integrated with, you have those right guardrails in place. I think that's really important and something that, as for end customers, they really need to be conscious of. But the beauty of the partnership is that it's all embedded in the agents that Workato has built out.
You just mentioned something, Mona, that came up in the keynote earlier, that if you understand your business processes, you should be able to build a Genie.
Yes.
And I kind of liked this because at first pass you think, oh yeah, duh, but then you realize there's often a lot of complexity and maybe a little bit of legacy that's built into business processes now. So how have y'all been able to leverage using Workato Genies from the core and extending that out across your efforts?
Yeah, so what we've done, it's a really good question. One of the things that we've done is, we've worked together with Workato to build out kind of like what are our sort of guiding principles for our end customers. And one of the key things is, it's important to ensure that you have the fundamentals already, that you understand what the fundamentals are. And those are things like the security aspect, the compliance aspect, having the guardrails. But you really need to understand, it comes back to like, what is your end, what's the impact that you're trying to deliver? What is the goal that you're trying to deliver? So you still have to understand like your workflows and what ultimately you're trying to deliver for your end customers. And I think leveraging that in addition to all of that automation has really helped us, number one, I think has helped Workato build a highly impactful agentic platform that really truly leverages agentic workflows that are generating impact for end customers. And then on our side, what we've been doing is, taking all of the learnings that we get from end customers and embedding that into our capabilities like Bedrock Agent Core, and making sure that we have all of those elements in there. So I think in working with Workato, it's been very much a part of, it's almost like embedded into the way that we operate. And so that's why the relationship is so strategic to us, because when we go into a customer together, it just integrates together. All of the kind of the guiding principles that we have alongside all the technology that we've developed with, Bedrock, with Agent Core, with the AWS Marketplace, with guardrails, with Transform, with all the chipsets that we have. Workato taking all of that and then building it in and embedding it into their platforms has really just shown the benefit of what AI can do for our end customers.
Yeah, I was going to say this, as you look at it, a lot of what they're doing is kind of up the stack from where AWS's core knitting is from that. And that must help people, because I think this is what we've been saying for about a year now, is that getting to ROI, and as they say, knowing your KPIs and hitting them has been a struggle for some. Have you seen that this has helped people who already started going down Bedrock, and hey, this shows them and gives them a pathway?
Exactly. I think, what I find, I think AI has gotten more interesting now, because, last year and 2 years ago, right? It's gotten way more interesting, because 2 years ago, people were still like fiddling around with Gen AI. They're like, there was no production happening. And now because it's gotten so interesting with the introduction of agents, and agents now working with the different tool sets that you have within your organization, and then also working with other agents, all of that now comes together where you can have a complete workflow and it can go to production quicker and faster. We didn't have that 2 years ago. No one had that 2 years ago.
It was all in the browser.
It was all exactly. And so now it's like it's actually going to the center, to the core of the enterprise, and it doesn't sit on the edge anymore. And I think that's the interesting thing about how both of us have sort of come together. And then the impact is really just from the end customer perspective, because now they can truly see the benefit of a production, enterprise-ready, agentic platform. And those workflows, those Genies, are just, I think, are going to really help accelerate customers' innovation. And that is really critical, because I think a lot, like everyone, has been waiting for AI to generate ROI. And now finally we can see it. We can see it with, we're seeing it with our joint customers, like we mentioned, SentinelOne. We're seeing it with banks as well, as they're now starting to embed agentic workflows into the way that they operate. And now it's not just productivity with their people. They're now seeing end customers taking, using all of these different types of, like leveraging the agents and then getting what they need quicker, faster, which has also resulted in a lot of end customers also starting to generate new revenue streams, because now they're starting to think about new products, as in a bank may have new pricing vehicles for their end customers, or new ways of banking. So it's just been kind of interesting. It's definitely gotten more interesting, because you can do a lot more with the AI that's out there.
Well, and you can apply it to so many different applications. It isn't just a Q&A or a simplicity. It's there's a level of critical thinking with these Genies.
Reasoning and thinking,
that allows for creation across companies too. It's not just the IT teams or the engineering teams who are able
business. It's the business teams,
and it's a refreshing shift. I feel like nerd being a nerd has kind of sat in a silo for a long time, and like it's such a moment for nerds right now. It's really to spread our little wings and go help everybody else with,
Well, now everyone can be a nerd.
Yes,
right? Now
yes, that's it. Exactly, Mona. That's the soundbite of the day right there. Everybody can be a nerd, and they can use natural language to do that. There's so many different ways to build on that. It's really exciting. I'm curious. So you're clearly so excited about this partnership, which is awesome, and it radiates off you. How long have you all been working together, and what is the interface between the two companies as you co-innovate?
I mean, we have been working around, so Workato was built all on AWS, so it's been about a 4 or 5 year journey. But I think the key thing is that one of the, when I get excited about Workato, one of the key things that I'm super excited about is this strategic collaboration agreement that we created, which really helped us build out some of the key strategic pillars around sort of build, market, and sell. And what that let us do is really start to frame out what this partnership, what the vision of this partnership looks like. And so, it was by design that we started, working together and then also working on Agentic. And Workato leverages, the capabilities that we have around model context protocol as well as with A2A. In fact, they've been, a great sounding board for us in terms of like, hey, how do we sort of manage the two? Especially because they have such a I would say robust platform for these Genies, right? And so for Agentic AI, and so I think that's been a very critical part. The other thing that's been really interesting about the partnership too is that we created AWS has a generative AI innovation center, which we should probably rename it to the AI Innovation Center because it goes beyond just generative AI. And Workato is a key component of that. So what that is basically helping end customers realize production really quickly. And so that was more kind of in our Gen AI universe, but now that we're in Agentic, production is like that. And so what Workato has done is helped us with getting customers up and running, getting them to build out their agentic workflows in a more thoughtful way so that they have all of those critical components like the security, the compliance, the guardrails, ensuring that they can also leverage different models if they want. Like, Claude is amazing and awesome, but there's other models out there that you could use as well. And so how do we do that? We now also have OpenAI available. So if customers wanted that, we could, they could balance between all the different models that are out there today in order to just get better at what they're doing.
And it would seem also that, and you mentioned that we'll call it the AI Innovation Center, but when you look at the Gen AI Innovation Center and what we talked about in New York and what is happening, there's also a lot of parallels to your partners that you partner with, that they partner with to make AI easier, especially at the business process level with a lot of the GSIs that are here. Do you see that as also a great intersection point for the two companies? Because part of what you talked about is the sell part, which those people are in there, they understand, because you're both very horizontal across industries in that way.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I mean, all of this, so again, AI gets more interesting because you now have different players and different stakeholders, and totally agree. I mean, with the GSIs, the resellers, SIs, channel partners, we've had such the conversations are more inclusive and collaborative. I think before we kind of had, we've always worked with GSIs and SIs, but at the same time, they've sort of operated a little bit by themselves. Right? Like we provided the technology, the capability, we have all the, capability across compute, across now moving up the stack. And then we have a huge variety of partners like Workato and others that they can leverage. But they kind of did that by themselves. And now what we're finding is that we're all coming to the table together with an end customer. And that's interesting, right? Because then when you start talking to the customer together, you start to unwind and start to discover other use cases. And maybe here's how you can, end customer, here's how we can help you actually optimize even beyond what you expected. So that's been an exciting journey too, is that relationship and bringing in the GSIs and the SIs to the table so that we can, again, just do better for our customers.
everybody wins.
Everyone wins.
Water level rises together, more people get to play.
Yeah.
I just have to ask, because I've seen you smile every time you say it. Do you enjoy the term genies as much as Rob and I do?
I totally do.
Jesus.
Yes.
I know. So our chairs are a little wobbly, folks. You see me just about keeling over. I am that excited about the genies, though. Just to be very clear. But Rob and I have been smiling the whole day about
Absolutely.
it. And I like it. I'm not just smiling because it's a fun word to say.
Yeah.
What I really love about this is it's humanizing something that has been
100%.
framed as potentially disruptive.
That's right.
And it is disruptive, but I think disruptive in a very positive way. And what I love about a genie is it also makes me feel like I have more control.
Yes.
Like I can, it's not, an agent sounds like it's something on a mission. Like,
yes,
and there's
exactly.
no kind of human touch on that. And I love that the theme and the conversations that we're having this week are all very about people and people first.
Yes.
I got to ask you, Mona, because I've asked a few of our other guests.
Yes.
If you could have a genie for your personal life,
yes.
what genie would you magically make appear right now?
Oh my God. I would have a genie to organize the clothing in my closets, because I can just tell you, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. Suitcases, it's just everywhere.
Yes.
So genie, please come and please help me organize my closets.
Can they organize and fold and pack our bags?
Yes. Yes, that's
so
right.
I don't want to repack my bag ever again.
No, exactly.
I do the math in my head sometimes of how much time we spend on road warriors, and I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, so I'm here for that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's like the travel assistant, stylist, genie. Rob and I are always texting about our clothes. Our genies could just be interacting.
They could pick our clothes out for us.
That's right.
For us.
Actually, that's great.
Packing would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
That would be.
Yes.
I'm with you there.
Yeah, I am so here for that. We're obviously all big road warriors. All right. So exciting to hear all about the partnership. Not surprised that this has been such an outstanding collaboration. My final question for you, Mona. Lots of innovation happening very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
When we're hanging out at World of Workato in 2026,
yes.
What do you hope to be able to say then that you can't yet say today?
Wow. Well, I think there's, if I said it now, then I'm just, revealing some of the stuff. But I will just say that you're going to see more and more genies coming together, but genies coming together to build, building globally and really helping, maybe helping to build globally, even touching satellites.
Ooh, yes, loving this.
Maybe touching, I would say also, helping customers orchestrate these genies, helping to bring customers to new regions, helping them automate and go quicker and faster. So I would say all of that is definitely possible, and will help us kind of deliver a wow factor next year coming in 26. I was trying to figure out how do we blend in wow here, but yeah.
No, you did a good job, and I love that you took us all the way from the ground up to the stratosphere and the hemisphere. I like what's going on. I've got some predictions about where that might be connecting. Actually, that just triggered one actual final question for you. False alarm on the first one there.
I could stay here all day, so it doesn't matter.
Well, you're great, so that's why I'm not letting you go yet. So what you... I wish I could bottle and share your enthusiasm, but also your comfort talking about this with everyone who's a little bit nervous maybe, or just unclear about where to get started. So what would be your advice to someone listening to this right now thinking, wait, I want to work with AWS and Workato. What's that first step?
Honestly, the tech is not scary. It's not scary. You can use Workato's platform. You can just test out one of the genies. You could also go to AWS. We have a ton. Just come to the Generative AI Innovation Center website. You can test out real world examples. You could use Amazon Q. You can use, some of the capability that we have, but it's not scary. It really isn't. And I think the one thing that you got to do is just touch it, feel it, play with it. Once you do that, you'll be able to say, wow, that is so easy. And the beauty about Workato is that it's meant for a line of business. It's meant for not the IT pro or the tech pro. It's meant for the business user. So again, just go test it out. That would be my advice to everyone. And there's a variety of different sites to go to. Like I said, AWS, you can just even get a free account and you can just get started. And we have a lot of free tier options available, as does Workato. So I would say start at either place and just use it. Use the capability.
Yeah, dig in there, and don't be scared of the
Don't
genies.
Be scared of the genies. The genies are only going to help you. Yeah,
They are here to help. Mona, you are just a fantastic guest, always. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to hear about the announcements next year. We're going to have to keep in touch in the interim.
Definitely.
Because now all the wheels are turning in my brain. Rob, thank you for always having such fantastic insight and questions as well.
Thank you.
Thank all of you for tuning in to our 2 days of live broadcast here in the ground in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
We're at Workato, World of Workato. My name is Savannah Peterson. You're watching theCUBE, the leading source for enterprise tech news.